The mysterious death of Princess Diana, the most dangerous phase in her life. In October 1996, Princess Diana wrote a letter to her butler Paul Burrell predicting her own death. She believed that someone was plotting to cause an accident in her car to result in a serious head injury. The letter, which was recently released, blacked out the name of the person Diana believed was behind the plot. This revelation has fueled conspiracy theories and calls for a formal investigation into her death. The lack of an inquest. Despite an official French inquiry that ruled out foul play, there has been no inquest into Princess Diana's death in Britain. According to the Coroner Act, there should have been an inquest as soon as practicable after her body was brought back to the country for burial. The absence of an inquest and the lack of a public inquiry have only added to the conspiracy theories surrounding her death. The obligation for an inquest. Princess Diana's death was a significant event that demanded a thorough investigation. The law clearly states that an inquest is not just a formality, but a legal obligation. The establishment's failure to fulfill this obligation has raised questions about their motives and intentions. The flawed official version. The official version of Princess Diana's death, as stated by the French authorities, is deeply flawed. The investigating magistrate and the prosecution were under immense pressure to bring the case to a close, leading to a rushed and incomplete investigation. Many crucial questions remain unanswered, such as why the accident scene was cleaned up within hours, destroying valuable forensic evidence, and why the traffic police investigation was not included in the official inquiry report. The unanswered questions. The files from the French inquiry reveal several worrying discrepancies and unanswered questions. Why was the first witness at the scene ignored and silenced by the police? Why was the autopsy on the driver, Henry Paul, so inaccurate? And why were the Secret Service connections of both Paul and another key witness never properly explored? These are just a few examples of the many vital questions that have never been pursued or answered. The suspicious route and speed. The route taken by Princess Diana's car on the night of the crash raised eyebrows. Instead of taking the quickest way to their destination, the driver turned in the opposite direction, away from Dadi Al Fayed's flat. This inexplicable detour has never been adequately explained. Additionally, the speed of the car, initially reported as over 120 miles per hour, was refuted by Mercedes, who stated that the speedometer would have reset to zero upon impact. The missing evidence. There is evidence to suggest that certain pieces of crucial evidence went missing or were deliberately ignored. One such piece is a photograph taken just seconds before the crash, which could have provided a clear indication of the car's speed. Another piece of missing evidence is the existence of illegal drugs in the car, which was only mentioned by those close to the investigation but never officially acknowledged. The negligence question. Questions have been raised about potential negligence on the part of the Ritz Hotel and the company that owned the Mercedes limousine Diana was using. The car had been stolen and poorly repaired, which may have contributed to the severity of the crash. However, these lines of inquiry were suppressed, further deepening suspicions of a cover-up. The paparazzi connection. The presence of paparazzi on the night of the crash added another layer of complexity to the investigation. The French authorities initially blamed the paparazzi for the accident, but later changed their explanation to a drunk driving accident. The truth behind the paparazzi's role in the crash remains elusive.